people. We are back. Act 2, the podcast, episode 281.
Jesus
and we
Hills.
are back. Okay.
It was a
Jesus
Kanye
Hills. We are
moment.
back in the building for another episode of us. It is your boy, International Walt, sitting with
your girl Tasha, co-hostess with the mostest.
and we back for another episode of us. We here, y'all here. Let's get right to it.
Episode
How
281.
are you? I said that.
I was just repeating it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Mentally, I'm a 9. I feel pretty good. Yeah, I'm a 9. I feel good. Finances are a 9. Thank God for His blessings. Just extremely grateful. Work is a 10. I had a good week this week. Yeah, work is a 10. I had a good week, and I was able to kind of enjoy some of the fruits of my labor. And enjoying the outside of our home, which has been a project I've been assisting with. So work is good. And physically I'm like a 9. I feel good. I feel tender. Like that kind of tender. We had a really good but hard workout at the beginning of the week, and I am still feeling the after effects of that.
Tell me about it.
Sheesh. Like, we done worked out since that time, but I still feel, the after effects. I guess that's a good thing. So I'm a little tender from that, but overall, no ailments, so I'm grateful for that, and I feel good. How about you?
I feel good mentally. I feel better. I feel better later in the week than I did earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 9. Finances, I would say 9. Work, I would say 10. And physically, I would say 9.
Okay, you got through that pretty quickly. Wows and woes this week.
Those are my numbers. Wows, just went to another level at my job, another stage. So just glad that it's moving along, and things are being accomplished, things are getting done. What?
I just have a question when you finish.
That's probably my wow. I don't really want to get into that, but just it didn't start off as a good week. You?
Question. Can I come visit your job?
What you mean, like when it's done?
No, like I want to come now and then come later, like to see the progress. I just know you in like a different area.
I could probably go there on a Saturday and show you. I wouldn't suggest you show up during the day. It's a lot going on.
I want to see a lot going on. Okay, I can come and I can put a hard hat on.
You don't have a hard hat.
I can get one. I'll go to Home Depot on my way and pick me up a hard hat. Never mind. I shouldn't even ask. I'm coming. Can I bring your team some treats?
No.
No, you never let me bring treats.
Mm-mm.
Like nothing I'm gonna cook.
No.
Like holes from Dunkin' Donuts or something.
No.
Okay.
Nobody else's wife come to the job.
That makes you special. You're the boss.
Doesn't feel that special.
Wow.
To be the only guy who wife come to the job with treats and shit, that's not a special thing.
Really?
No.
Okay, I won't bring treats, but I'm coming. I'm just giving you notice. I'm probably just gonna surprise you.
You can't, because I could be in a meeting. I could be some, so you can't just show up and be like, hey, I'm here. Like, you could be like, all right, you gotta wait for 45 minutes.
That's all right. I don't have much to do. I'll come on my day off.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. My woe, I'll say, just kind of piggybacking off of yours. You said you didn't want to get into it, so we don't have to. But our the beginning of our week, it wasn't as good as the middle and end of our week is turning out to be. So I'll leave that there. And then my wow, I did something new this week. So when I first started this season of my life, I wanted to Not that, let me change that. I was doing a little bit of baking. I love to cook. If you know me, you know I love to cook. Baking has never been my ministry. Baking is very specific, and I'm one of those cooks that's like, let your ancestors speak to you. Like my sister always asks me for recipes, and I'm just not that kind of cook. Like I like to.
I mean, in some aspects can blow, but in some aspects she's come out with some good dishes. She makes a good fish fried rice. She makes a few things that's delightful that she don't have recipes for.
And he doesn't like the fact that it's never the same because I don't use a recipe. I try, and then sometimes I might like tonight's rice that was different. But did you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I try. So anyway, baking is very specific. But when I first started this season of my life, I baked a couple things, and it came out pretty good. I made banana blueberry muffins. I made a apple something muffin. But we don't eat sweets like that. He felt like I was trying to make him fat, so kind of deaded that. But I was going to a celebration for a friend, for her niece, and I decided to try my hand at baking a pound cake. My sister makes an amazing pound cake. She gave me her recipe, and I did it. And I got some pretty good reviews. So while we're here, we're gonna do an on-air taste test to get an honest review from my husband. Now, first of all, he's gonna ask me, can I cut him a slice of cake that I baked and leave it? So I'm taking people a cake with a slice missing.
But they know, like, she baked it and I took a slice. I think that would be okay. I don't think it would be like Tasha picked up a cake from the ShopRite, gave Jamar a slice, and then she bought it here. Like, that's different to me. If you bake the cake at the house, and I ate some anyway. I bit off the crust and the top a whole lot, and it just looked like the rest of it. But I bit a whole lot of the cake.
You can't tell people you bit a cake that I fed to people.
I bit it that you fed to people.
You bit it. You bit it.
I broke off pieces of it and ate it.
Well, I have a slice, and this is just a plain pound cake. So this, I'm very nervous, but if it's anybody's opinion that I trust, I know he's going to give me his honest review and opinion. And if he say something that's like not too favorable, I'm going to edit it out.
Was it in a refrigerator?
No.
Oh.
No. All right. So here he is doing a taste test. First, how's the texture?
It's dense.
Okay, that's how pound cake's supposed to be, right? Okay.
It's heavy, so it's a pound.
Right. Okay.
We'll see if it smells good.
Okay.
It feels good in my hand.
Okay. If it doesn't feel dry, it feels moist.
The color is good.
Okay.
It's in between. It doesn't feel that moist, but it doesn't feel that dry.
Okay. Here we go. Now, he's not a big sweets eater, which is kind of good because his palate is kind of like free from sugar all the time. So him getting this is like, I feel like people who eat sweets all the time, they kind of like any kind of sweets. But when you don't eat it all the time, then your palate is kind of fresh from it and you can give an honest take on it. And he's had my sister's, and like I said, this is her exact recipe, but I'm sure her hand just might be a little bit different. So
that's not Erica cake.
I know
it's not Erica cake.
It's not. Okay, what do you think is? I'll tell you what I thought. What I think it needs. What you tell me.
It needs moisture. It's not that dry, but it's not moist like Erica's.
Okay.
The flavor is there. The crust does have a pinch of.
All right. Is it like?
It's sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's a good cake. It's a good cake. So, and I'm eating it a day after, so I don't know whether it lost some moisture or what. But when I was eating it when it was warm, it was good.
Well, I mean, I think warm cake out the oven, any kind of warm cake is good. But I think one day it's not like stale.
Right.
And it was wrapped really good.
Yeah, I give it a.
First, what would you give Erica's out of 10?
10.
Okay, so if hers is a 10 out of 10, and what would you give mine?
A 7.
Okay, for my first try, I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Okay, and I felt like it had some opportunity. Like it was weird because, like I said, I used her recipe, but I'm like, this one I thought it needed a little more sweetness, but I added the amount of sugar that she did. I thought it needed more butter for a little more moistness, but again, I follow her recipe. But I think I know where I went wrong. She told me to let everything sit out, like the butter, the eggs, the buttermilk, like let things kind of get room temperature. I think my butter was a little too cold at first. That was some work whipping that up with the baking. Hats off to the bakers because that was work. I do want to try it again. I also felt like, which I should have asked her this, like I baked it for an hour and a half. At an hour mark, I felt like the outside was perfect, but the inside, it just wasn't quite done. And I let it go for 30 more minutes, which was fine as far as the time, but I should have turned the oven down because I feel like that dried out the outside a little bit. Mm-hmm. And she said I could have turned it down to 300. But overall, I was proud of myself for doing it. Baking is just a lot of work. It's messy. It's messy because I think I didn't have like the right bowls, like they wasn't high enough and all that. But I was proud of myself. So thank you for your honest. I respect your opinion. Always, you tell me if I missed the mark on something. So a 7 out of 10 for my first try. I ain't mad.
Yeah. I don't know how we segue into a topic from that.
Yeah, pretty sad.
There was a bungee jumping accident that a 21-year-old girl, 6 men were arrested in Brazil.
Like Brazil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't tied to her bungee, and some men picked her up and threw her off a bridge.
Baby.
And they said that the men created a deadly scenario. I don't know if they were in cahoots to kill this woman or, like, I don't know why you wouldn't strap her up.
I mean, from what I read,
you're doing this all day long, strapping people up. I don't know how this one person gets missed like that.
I can see how, let's take this particular job out of it. I can see how the monotony of something, you get distracted or, you get a customer and it's like, damn, I'm used to doing this same thing the same way every day. For some reason, I got distracted. Like, I'm just going to use a barista at the coffee shop. Like, they always do milk iced coffee. Then one time they put the ice in before they do the milk. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Maybe somebody was talking to them, they got distracted, and it's like, your job, you know how to do it. So in this case, from what I heard, like she had her harness and all that stuff on, but I guess they were distracted in the worst way and didn't connect the rope to the harness.
That's what I mean. If you're doing a job where somebody's life is in danger, you need to have a heightened level of awareness.
Especially when you talk about 6 people.
A barista.
Yeah. And Lord knows I was not comparing making coffee to like killing somebody. But I agree with you. Especially when you talk about you have 6 people. Like that should be checkpoints, like to make sure that this is done. Y'all shouldn't be that distracted.
Yeah, there should be a triple check, a quadruple check. 6 people. It should be 6 checks. Like everybody gets a check to see is the thing on your ankles, is it strapped? Is all the buckles on? Is the harness on? Is the cords? These ain't the like. What are we doing here? Like that bungee, that program, whatever, that ride is over with. Y'all done threw somebody off a goddamn bridge.
Yeah, I think that was one of those like excursions in the
that people go
wilderness somewhere. Yeah,
no,
I mean, I couldn't imagine. Jesus, her fear, her fright, her panic, her disbelief as she's falling, like waiting for.
And that's another thing. She was up in their arms for about 10 seconds with her arms out. Like, you didn't think to yourself, nothing is strapped to me?
But that's the thing. I think she had on the harness or whatever they put on you. They just didn't connect the rope to that, which maybe you don't feel that. Like, let's say you got something on your ankles. You may feel the thing on your ankle. You probably don't feel the rope until it's time for the rope to do what it's supposed to do. So
if you're bungee jumping, would you check to see if that thing's on your ankle?
Yeah. But some people are aloof, and this is not victim blaming. Some people are aloof. Some people, in that, I can imagine in that atmosphere, you're so excited, you're not paying attention. I can't imagine how you're not paying attention. But maybe this wasn't her first time, so maybe she felt comfortable. I don't know, but I just can't fathom how that's missed. I also can't imagine why they would have been in cahoots to do it on purpose. Like, what do they get out of that?
Right.
I just think this is the most tragic,
When
horrible
you're in Brazil,
mistake.
where shit can go down and it's all types of corruption and crookedness. I thought, and this is far fetched. Like, was she like smart with them or like nasty to the people? Like, I don't. That's not a reason to throw you off the fucking bridge.
If anything, say no, you can't go.
Yeah, but Jesus
I mean, why
Christ.
risk your life for it to go to your life, meaning like your life in jail?
Because you can always say it was an accident.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But what is that, like,
say it's an accident.
Involuntary manslaughter?
Yeah.
You're still going to jail.
Yeah.
Like, just because somebody got smart or
I think they got charged with some type of murder. I don't know whether it was second or third
negligent
degree.
murder or
something like that. I think that's third degree murder.
I just, again, imagining as she's falling, and I've never been bungee jumping, don't know, like, do you feel the rope until it's time to feel it? But thinking to she might not have ever thought, like, I'm getting closer to the ground, and realizing, hey, something is supposed to be yanking me back up, and it's nothing you can do. There's absolutely, or if maybe she was face first, and if her body like started to move a different way or something, maybe that's when she realized, hey, I'm not tethered.
I don't know. I've never been bungee jumping. It would
ain't
take
on
a
my bucket list
miracle
anymore
to get me to bungee jump, to tie some shit to my ankles, to jump over a bridge or base jump off of some shit. That's just not in my ministry. That ain't for me.
I used to want to bungee jump, and I used to want to go skydiving. But I just don't have the need for that type of thrill-seeking, adrenaline rush anymore. Like, getting on a regular airplane is anxiety written enough, and I'm not a person that deals with like anxiety like on an everyday basis. But
I could imagine what it would do for my heart. Like, just like the ticker wouldn't be able to. That level of adrenaline pumping like that, like, it's way too much. It's way too much stress.
Yeah.
You falling out of a fucking plane like that. No.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Fuck that. I would not be down for that. It would take a miracle to get me to bungee jump.
Well, is there any kind of thrill seeking that you would still? Because like nowadays, I feel like, well, we've been stopped getting on roller coasters. But even now, it feels like we've been hearing more and more issues with roller coasters and rides getting stuck. Is there any kind of thrill seeking that we like wave runners, but
the twinge in the back of my mind of like riding a motorcycle again in my lifetime is there, but it's as I'm, God willing, I'm looking forward to being 50 years old, 49 first, of course. But looking forward to that big age, and you're gonna have some bucket list things and some things that you wanna, let's face it, you're going downhill from there. You're on the back nine, so you wanna, not accomplish, but just do some things that you might have done. And getting a motorcycle, I should say, not a crotch rocket, but a motorcycle, a Harley, or just some type of sit down. Regular bike, like sit down in a chair.
Cruiser.
Yeah, a cruiser. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably in the back of my mind. Like, that
I would be excited about that.
Thrill seeking that I would want to do. I don't want to ride no rides. I don't want to be up high. As I got older, I'm more afraid of heights than I was when I'm younger. Yeah, I don't want to go fast. I've never went fast in my life. Like, never drove a car 100 miles an hour. Don't want to do that. That's it. So it's speed, it's high shit, and what else?
Low stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't going to no submarine.
Yeah, I mean, watching Rescue Me, I wanted to be like, damn, I want to see what it's like to go into like a burning house with fire and stuff and save somebody, but that's like off the board. I'm not a fireman, and regular people don't run in houses and do shit like that.
But they have volunteer firefighters.
I looked into that. Yeah, I looked into that.
Are we beyond the age range?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not
Okay.
at all. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not at all.
Well, talking about age range, I guess if we want to look at it that way, we are reaching a point where 30 years have passed since an album that was a huge part of our, not just our relationship, but like our early 20s,
Well,
going into
Reasonable Doubt is 30 years, and
Yeah.
The Blueprint is 25.
yeah.
So that's what we're coming up on. We have tickets. I don't want to say nothing too bad because Jay-Z got a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
He might like cancel our
our
tickets.
ticket.
Just like find out who we are by somebody.
But y'all know he watched the show.
Yeah, because he do watch the show. BB texting Tosh all the time. So he got this. This is the optics of this deal. Jay-Z's got a new Target deal where he's rolling out his 30th anniversary album with a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but new songs and some new stuff.
Like some
Package,
remixes.
yeah,
Wait, is it
package.
new songs or just remixes to existing songs?
Couple new songs.
Okay.
Unreleased songs. I'm not gonna say new. Unreleased.
Okay.
Because unreleased can be old.
Okay.
Unreleased songs, some remixes, and a nice like a package album, and it's gonna cost $40, and it's only in Target.
It should have been $30. Like $30, 30 years.
Yeah, that would make sense, but it's going to be $40, and it's in Target. And the optics of this is people say when the NFL was being boycotted for the Colin Kaepernick shit, Jay-Z comes and partners with them and takes over the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Now when black people boycott Target, and I guess this thing is still supposed to be going on, like we're not supposed to be going to Target or whatever, but he gets with this deal. So I could see how the optics of this would look a little weird. Me personally, I think Jay partnered with the NFL and took over the Super Bowl performance and put a bunch of artists on there that made a bunch of political statements. Everybody in their music, everybody that was on the Super Bowl stage had some type of political statement that they made, whether it be Kendrick Lamar, who else performed? Rihanna, like everybody had a political stance. So if Colin Kaepernick had a political stance, Snoop and Dre and them, yeah, so if they put, it's almost like, that's how I see it. So you can see it how you want to see it, but that's how I see it. This, I don't really have that much information about. I just know it looks a way. So I don't know why this rollout is with Target. It could have been with anybody. So I don't know why. I don't think it's a money thing. I think it's something just that's bigger than that, because Jay don't need the money from Target. And what could they be paying him to roll his album out? So I don't know. What you think about it?
Yeah, I feel like, not that Jay-Z owes us anything, like in terms of an explanation, but I do feel like it would help if he provided just some clarity as to the why. Like even with the NFL situation, okay, yeah, he put some artists, black and other, because Bad Bunny, performed this year. Put those artists in the spotlight, and yeah, they made these political, made a point to send political messages. But on a deeper level, how did that help the problem that Colin Kaepernick was presenting? That it's almost like, what do you call it when you cross the scab, when you cross the picket line? It's like, okay, how did you solve the problem? Just you helped, and from what I understand, people don't make money to perform on the Super Bowl. You actually pay to perform on the Super Bowl. So you put these already billionaires, on the stage for entertainment. Those who liked it or enjoyed it, maybe those who didn't, they may have gained new fans. But for the masses, what did that do? I can't imagine. And for Colin Kaepernick's
what's your expectation? When you say what did it do, that seems like such a broad question. What's the expectation? What do you think it should have done? Because Colin Kaepernick's gripe was police brutality. So are you asking, did it fix that? his problem?
Maybe not even fix it, but was there any effort made to bridge a gap, to have conversations, to donate money? Like, was there, or was it just like, we're going to allow them to have a token black person to say, hey, we're, and again, Colin Kaepernick's, it was
I
against
think it was the Eric Gardner case, if I'm not mistaken. It was that far back when he was killed by the police, and he kneeled because of police brutality.
Yeah, so I just feel like, I don't know. And again, kneeling, what some people may say, well, what would they have done, everybody kneeling? It would have just been a message sent. So maybe Jay-Z feels like he's doing the same thing by sending a message.
Put these political people up there, the Bad Bunnies, the Kendrick Lamars, and they make this black thing, this black statements, and Bad Bunny makes an American statement, a world statement. That stuff would have never been seen if he wasn't in charge of it, because Roger Goodell wouldn't have picked them.
Now, as far as the new Target deal, again, he doesn't owe us any explanation, but it would be great to hear what his why is.
Right.
Because even if, and I'm just throwing this out there, I don't know, let's just say any profit that he makes, he's donating to whatever black cause, HBCUs, NAACP, whatever, pick them, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Target is still going to make money off of this. And not only are they going to make money, you're helping them increase their profits, because maybe a lot of black people who typically would not have been there are now going to go there.
I was ready to say, what's the elephant in the room is that he's bringing black people back into the store to buy this album.
And I'm sure
it's the only place it's going to be. It's a souvenir piece. So everybody's not going to have it. I think they said they only pressed up a certain amount of copies.
And while they're there, they're probably not going to buy just that. So you're helping them increase their revenue on the back end. Even if what you're doing with your profits is something altruistic for the black community, you're helping them increase their profits. Unless on the back end, they're going to say any profits they make are going to be like, I just don't see. And again, he doesn't owe us an explanation. It would be great if he provided some sort of clarity as to what his why is. Because other than that, it just looks like, I don't care. Now, when you say where else could he have done it, to be honest, what other big box stores? Because it's like Target and Walmart are like
Tidal. He could have put it on his own platform. He could have did something with Rock Nation and rolled it out. He could have put it on Tidal. He could have put a new subscription. You get the album, and then up the subscription from $5.99 to $19.99 just for the sale of the album, or whatever it costs.
I don't know if people, but you're talking about making a long-term commitment versus a one-time commitment. So maybe,
and you're getting a tangible thing too. If you buy the album from the store.
I mean, he could have just created a website on his own, like when Beyonce. Now, I don't know whether it sells in stores as well, but when her albums come out, my baby bought me a box set for Act 2. Like I had the actual CD. Y'all know I don't even have a CD player, but I got the CD, and I got it was a T-shirt, like it was a whole box set, but it was through Beyonce.com. I got myself the same thing with Cowboy Carter. I wasn't even really a big fan of Cowboy Carter, but just of the fact that it's a collector's item, and again, how many people have CDs nowadays? So he could have very well created a website and
sold it.
Yeah, so that's why I just feel like, again, he doesn't owe us an explanation. It would be great to know what his why is, though.
He has a company like all these liquor companies. He could have packaged it with that. You go pick up a bottle
Sold
of
it at the state store.
Pick up a bottle of Douce, you get the album. So it's ways he could have got it to the people.
Without Target just seems so specific.
Right.
It just seems so specific.
But who decides when the boycotts are over? Because if Gucci put a monkey on a shirt and people just start buying Gucci again, who is the person that says it's over? Because I initially thought, because of the hit that Target took, okay, everybody was back. But it's like a monkey on a shirt, we buy that again. They roll back some DEI and we never go there again?
I don't think people ever really stop, because I think the clientele of people that were buying Gucci, I don't think they really stopped. I think
maybe for a couple days when everybody was saying, yo, that shit whack to have on, it's a monkey on a shirt, people probably chill for a week, a month.
But I think Target, you grab a bigger audience because it's like the everyday person goes to Target. Like you're talking about a different economic class of people that's buying Gucci versus all economic classes go to Target. So it's a greater impact. And to your point, who called, like this Reverend Jamal Bryant, who initially called the Target, called the boycott. I don't know what empowers him to do so. And then, like you said, who decides?
Somebody said the only person that can stop a boycott is the person who started it. And this was a professor, a person in the political realm, but said that's how it works in that community. The person who starts the boycott is the person who can call to end it. Nobody else can.
You know, and people gave so much backlash to people like Tabitha Brown because her products and stuff were still being sold in Target. When you think about it, I don't want to say she didn't have a choice, but like her and other retailers who were in Target, like the way they explained the business behind it, you know, it would have impacted their families financially for them to decide they're going to pull. It's like a contract. You making a promise to somebody, we're going to give you, let's just say 100 items to sell. They're already paying you for those 100 items.
Yeah, you've been paid out. So if something happens and you gave them 20, you can't renege on the other 80.
Yeah.
You gotta give them the 80.
You gonna owe them that
money back. Or they're gonna sue your ass or want the money back.
Yeah. So I mean, it's bigger than just pull. Now it's a difference, like with Jay-Z. For new people to decide to participate with them. Like Tabitha and other creators were already in Target. But Jay, I just feel like, let us know, bro. Like, let us know why. We would like to. You don't have to do anything.
Do you think it's a play behind it? Like what, and if so, what could the play be to make it be like, oh, this is what he was doing?
You know what I feel like, and this is
he can't like bring job, like big black people start working.
This is like a wild ballpark, right? So during the Essence Fest, there was a lot of conversation going on where people were talking about, because Target was still a big part of Essence Fest. They were one of the sponsors. You know, that stuff starts being planned years ahead. And I saw conversations, there were a lot of black women who still, Target rolled back DEI, but they didn't, like the company that I worked at, they had to change the name. Like it was no longer called DEI, it was called like Inclusion and Opportunity. Because and anytime you work at a company that gets federal funding and the government says you can't do this anymore or you won't get funding, you kind of gotta stop doing that, or your business, if your business is not able to sustain without the federal funding. So again, the company that I worked at, they changed it from DEI to Inclusion and Opportunity, but they still operated the same. Now, I'm not capping for Target because I don't know if that's what they did. But I do know, again, around Essence Fest, there was a conversation saying there were a lot of black women that still work for Target, and people were saying how great they were working with the influencers and just coordinating things. Like, regardless of all the backlash, the black women still held it down. My thought is, Jay-Z might know somebody personally, one of those black women that work in the marketing office or something, and he's doing her a favor. Like, he don't care. And I'm not talking about on no like affair type thing. Like, this could be a family friend, a business partner, whatever. And maybe he has an understanding of Target got a bad rep because of everything that's going on, but I'm helping this person get this deal because this my homie, or this my wife's homie, or she's an executive that I've known for years, whatever the case is. And so he's understanding behind the scenes the business of it, and it could just be a personal decision that he's making, saying F what everybody else thinking, I'm helping my homie out because this gonna make her look good that she got this deal with me, so I'm helping her with her job. Now, who she works for, people might not like, but this is my homie and I'm helping her. That's what I'm thinking, that he don't really care what other people think. He don't care about the optics of it. He cares about the personal decision that he's making. And the
business of it.
Yeah.
It's the business. And again, this is all speculation.
Yeah, because we don't know nothing.
Because he don't talk about shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we sitting here saying, like, what's the why about it? Because it just looks a certain way.
Yeah.
And again, the NFL thing I see differently because of all those artists he put up there to do what they wanted to do for 13 minutes. And we saw that stuff it was impact, and it needed to be seen at that time.
Yeah.
Especially Bad Bunnies. That was huge. That was like a world thing. All the countries, and especially at the time when all that ICE shit was going on, like that needed to be done. And he was in charge of that. So I give him props for that. This I want to look some more into. What's going on with this. MMA fight at the White House. I fucking told you. I fucking told y'all this shit should not be going on. I like MMA. I like the sport of it. I do not like the crowd this shit attracts. This shit attracts the whitey white racist people. I don't care what you say, but that's the crowd that this shit attracts. 18 to 35, and there's even some older men in there, like with sons and shit. But this crowd is fucked up. It's fucked up. It looked fucked up on TV. Nobody really watched it. Dana White, the guy who runs it, said he'd never do that shit again at the White House. He was like, the Sphere and the White House, never again. Never again. Trump charged them, it's supposed to be his friend, charged them triple of what he normally pays $4 million to put on a UFC event. I think Trump, he charged him like $16 million. And that's supposed to be his fucking friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then this guy gets up there and says this derogatory shit about Michelle Obama. I told my wife a couple podcasts ago, this shit shouldn't be happening. I get the entertainment aspect at the White House, that's a tradition, but nah, this MMA shit, I told you, I fucking told you.
But let me ask you this, what about your boy Joe Rogan?
And I said that to Joe Rogan in my story, like you should have said something. You should have said something. After he said that, you was on the microphone, you're the commentator, you've been there 15 years, you could have said that's not okay. That's all I would have been looking for you to say. Did he respond
at all?
He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He just took the mic from him as he was saying. He pulled it out like I heard what you said. Let me snatch the mic from you. But he could have said himself, that's not okay. Yeah. Like, I know you want to fight, but that's not okay. But you're on the White House lawn doing this shit, man. Presidents, all of them rolling over in their grave. Just the mockery that you make of the presidency and how we're supposed to respect it. And that seat, like what you're doing to it, and we know it's malicious. It's nefarious. It's malicious because you are out in 3 years. So you're going to turn the country upside down. You're going to turn it upside down. You're going to be doing all kinds of shit at the White House.
2 years. That's not spicy.
2 years. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's insane. And I knew that shit was going. Something was telling me they can't have no goddamn MMA fight at the White House. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And your take was, it's entertainment, and I got that part because all the presidents had some type of entertainment.
The audience
but this fucking crowd that this shit attracts.
That was purposeful. That was purposeful.
This crowd that this sport attracts is fucked up, and that's my take on it.
Well, I am happy that, in light of the New York Knicks winning the NBA Finals, that they declined their visit to the White House. Like, I'm happy that they took a stand and just say, nah, I'm cool. And, the fact that the owner of the Knicks is friends, because who knows if he has any real friends with Donald Trump.
Dolan.
Despite the fact that they're friends, the team still decided, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, because you can't make us go.
Yeah,
can't make us our decision. We're the team.
You know what they should do instead? I mean, they probably won't, but it would be great if they went to visit the new Obama Center in Chicago. Yeah, that would be so dope if they went to visit that, and whenever the invite was for them to come to the White House, and look at that if they showed up there at the President Obama Center.
And this is another motherfucking rant I got for Philadelphians. This is where the city I'm from. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, and it took like 40-something years or whatever, and we wanted everybody to recognize us as we waited this long, people's grandfathers, people's dads, some people had passed and shit like that. And the sport of basketball, sports in general, you gotta love the sport before you pick a team. But people in Philadelphia see everything through green colored, like the glasses you wear are green, and everything you see is green, and it's six is this, six is that. We get that. It's 4-for-4 fans here. But if you watching the sport of basketball, you see a team that didn't win a championship in 53 years. You see the way one guy played in all them games and made all them comebacks and scored all them points, and he's small. And he went to Villanova in this area, and two of his friends did, and they won 2 championships for Jay Wright. Like, all that is connected to the city of Philadelphia. How the fuck can't people be happy for that? Like, people from Philadelphia, I hate the Knicks, I hate the Knicks, It's not about the Knicks. It's just about the sport of basketball and the finals that we watch every year to see who's in it, to see who wins. But if it ain't the goddamn Sixers or if it ain't the fucking Eagles, it's like we hate everybody. I can't stand that shit. Like, love your team, but have some objective about the sport. Like, it's basketball. Before you like the sport of basketball, before you like the Sixers, y'all like the sport of football before you like the Eagles. So be happy about the sport. You witness history. Like, you don't want to be on the other side of that to be like, oh, fuck that because the Eagles didn't win, or fuck that because the Sixers didn't win. I'm not that kind of fan. I'm just not that kind of fan.
I think because you're not, like, you like sports, but you're not a diehard fan about anything, about any sport. So I think that's why you have that take. I mean, and I get it when you're talking about a historical win. You know, if you're a lover of the sport, you should be happy about that historical win
the guys that
to a certain extent. But if you're a diehard fan, I get not giving a crap about it.
I don't think I'm not saying be happy like you go get you some Knick gear, but you just witnessed a team that didn't win a championship in 53 years. You just witnessed the points, all that kind, like the way that they played. Like, you would wish your team could play like that. So all I'm saying is be a fan of the sport. You're still a fan of the sport of basketball. If your team, let's just say you 50 years old and you're a fan of the Sixers. They won 1 championship in 83. So that means all the other years you hate everybody else?
Again,
you hate everybody
if you're
else?
a diehard fan, I understand it.
Like, that's
and again,
crazy
you're
to
not,
me.
You like the sport. You love the sport of football. You like the sport of basketball. So I get, you casually watch the playoffs in the World Series when it comes to baseball. I've never seen you watch hockey. So I get you having that take because you're just enjoying the sport. But a diehard fan, I get it. They don't care about nobody else winning if it ain't their team.
When Jalen Brunson was here, Philadelphia people cheered for him at Villanova. Mikal Bridges, they cheered for him at Villanova. Josh Hart, they cheered for him at Villanova. People went to them games and cheered those players on. Now that they go to the Knicks, I understand they're on the Knicks. So forget the Knicks. But the fact that those 3 guys from this area, we adopt people like Joe Flacco. We adopt people like Mike Trout, who's from Millville, New Jersey. Joe Flacco, who went to Delaware State. Like what are we talking about here? But these guys, they on the Knicks, so fuck them. But all these other people, it's like, that's cool. He cool. Yeah, he cool.
When was the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl?
95.
So you're talking about 30 years now. You think people should be just excited, like, wow, in 30 years they finally, like, you think that an Eagles fan is going to celebrate that?
I don't think because that's a division rival where that's a different sport. It's football. It's a lot more intense. It's less games.
Okay.
So it's a different animal when you compare basketball to football. I'm just saying, for the sport itself, for what you witness, history. Again, that kid, everybody, they counted him out. Jalen Brunson ain't this, he ain't that, he can't do this, he's not a number 1. And he took his team they lost 3 games in the whole finals. Like, in the playoffs. Like, that's insane. Mm-hmm. And then the points, he scored 45 points in the closeout game on the road. And all the games that he came back in, they were on the road. That kind of shit's never been done in the NBA in history. So to be able to witness that in a finals, not the first round, the finals, the biggest stage, you can't appreciate that? I mean, that's sad to me. Damn, bro.
I get the appreciation of the sport from those intellectual sports lovers. But
yeah, nobody ain't saying go grab a Knicks jersey or a Knicks hat and bandwagon jump, but Jesus Christ, don't you like basketball? And if your team doesn't win, you just hate everybody else then.
Again, for those diehard fans, I get it. 3 grams?
Yeah. Mamadou Diallo, who the fuck is that?
Mamadou Diallo. So Mamadou Diallo is, and I forget how old he is, so excuse that. I can tell you really fast, but he is facing an astronomical amount of time. Let me just say that.
98 years.
98 years, possibly. But his crime is that He sold, and I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'll get right to it. All right, give me 1 second. He's he is. It doesn't even say how. Oh, he's 24 years old. He's from Kansas City, facing up to 98 years after allegedly, but he did it, selling the same car to 8 different people on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, I seen that.
And stealing it back each time.
Yeah.
And Lord knows, I'm not laughing at like him, but
did they say the amount? Is this the same story? Because I think
I
saw a
sent it to
guy
you.
who sold a car 8 or 9 times, and it was only for like $4,000.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't even
like,
a whole lot.
like 1,200.
24. He cheated the people out of 8 victims out of more. It says more than $24,000. So you figure about 4,000. What's that? $3,000 actually, a little more than $3,000 per person. So it was a hoopty. But he sold it, stole it to somebody else, stole it. But to just think to yourself, like, bro, like, first of all, that kind of scam, you had to really sit and think this out. It's sad.
It takes effort because you got to steal a car back.
Yes, you got to keep stealing a car.
Yeah.
And you got to wait. Now, I don't know how he got caught. Like, if he got caught because the last time he stole it back, he got caught. But let's just say
he can fix it when he steal it to make it easy to steal the next time.
Exactly.
He could do something to the car to make it like easy to get into, easy
he
to
can have a duplicate key.
Yeah.
Like anything. So I guess the 7th time, like the fact that he stole this car 7 times was like, okay, you a good car thief. And then the 8th time, it just didn't work out. But the crazy part is 98 years. 98 years.
98
really?
years is acceptable.
You got people that have stole millions of dollars from people. Now, I don't know.
You see these cases and you see like in certain states, certain laws that they put on the books carry the maximum term of some shit like that. So that's what they'll write. But that I don't think he would get that, even if he was convicted.
It's that, right, faces up to.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have people that have essayed people that have committed some of the most heinous crimes to kids, have taken lives and have not faced that amount of time. Even if he doesn't get it, the fact that amount of time was never even on the table. Like, are you kidding me? And again, I ain't capping for him stealing from anybody, because somebody worked hard for their money. I don't care if you paid $100 for the car. Somebody worked hard for their money. They don't want nobody to take it from them. But the fact that you're paying $3,000 something and then it's stolen, and then the sad part is, I mean, I guess like in cases where restitution is required and stuff, that only works if the person has it to give back to you. So you just might be SOL out of your money.
Yeah, but they'll garnish.
If he's in jail, garnish what?
His earnings.
They make like 16 cents a day, right?
He don't make nothing. They go to him.
But but you talking about 8 people you got to pay. How long is it going to take to pay off $24,000?
The rest of your life.
That's
working
sad.
in jail, you might make $15 a month.
Yeah, that's sad. So basically, you're beat for your $3,000.
Yeah.
You're beat for your $3,000, especially if they got to start with the first victim. By the time they get to the 8th one, like,
yeah, nobody's really getting paid. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. And 98 years is excessive, but they write that shit for headlines.
And I'm sure they probably got some car theft charges
and
on
these
top
laws
of the fraud.
Is like to do something like what would they call that? Grand larceny or some shit like that. If you scam somebody out of a certain amount of money, so that's like a white collar crime.
Yeah.
So it's federal. So they'll say some shit like that. So the maximum you can get for murder is death, right? The minimum you could get for murder is 20 years.
Okay.
The maximum you could get for R word is 15.
Look at that.
Like, what, you see the contrast in that shit? Like,
absolutely.
What the hell is going on? Like, the maximum you could get for playing with, like, a kid or something is, like, 7 or 8 years. The maximum. The minimum be, like, 3.
Well, I mean...
So you get these guys that get, like...
somebody that did 10, but...
Yeah. Compound.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, 98 years... Let's look at the same type of crime. We see people still embezzle millions and get 3 years. from companies. When you're talking about fraud, if we're
that
talking,
Enron dude got 3 life sentences.
well, I mean, that was a little bit because he burned companies.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see somebody that work at the accounting firm, in a little town somewhere, and or a school district somewhere, and they embezzle hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they end up getting, house arrest and 6 months work release, or just something so minuscule. But
I think that the problem with that guy was he didn't burn the companies. The companies was insured. He burnt the people because he burnt their pensions.
Yeah.
He took all them people. The people started committing suicide and shit like that.
Yeah.
Life savings he took out of people, like billions of dollars.
Next, Graham. This is a little, again, hard segue. There was and I'm not going to look up the story, read any facts. I'm just going to tell you the details. There was a 1-year-old that was shot by the police in Mississippi in a Walmart parking lot, because Walmart accused the mom of stealing a case of diapers that she didn't steal. And she got in her car and was leaving, and the police decided to open fire on the car and killed a 1-year-old.
Killed a 1-year-old. Not just shot.
No, killed.
Wow.
So we have some...
Rest in peace to Shorty.
Yeah, I'm not going to say history. So I have this thing going in Walmart. I refuse to stand in line, show you my receipt, go through all this whole process y'all got going on. Like, y'all have security cameras. Y'all want me to do self-checkout. Y'all give me the option to text the receipt to myself. And then I get to the door, so you want me to pull out my phone. It's a link. I got to open. I don't even open the link, to be honest. So I don't even know, do you open the link? Is the receipt right there? Do you have to log in? I don't even know how that process works. But I'm not waiting. Y'all have cameras that are here. I didn't steal anything. Check and see. Now, some people are saying, well, why did she get in her car? Why didn't she leave? She in Walmart, she never stole. That, let's just say that she never stole anything. But if she had stole a case of diapers, police, did that require you to shoot her car?
No.
Get her license plate and go to her house and arrest her if that's the case.
Just get in your car
follow her. Yeah. But
she's in the car with a 1-year-old. She ain't gonna be on 100 miles an hour down the fucking highway. Get in the car and follow her instead of opening fire. It's not a bank robbery. It's not a murder that just happened. Like, she took diapers. She has a 1-year-old. Maybe she needs the diapers. This is one of them teachable moments where police can say, you know what? Let's come together and pay for these fucking Pampers for this lady and send her on her way. We don't want to lock her up and take her from her 1-year-old that she has with her. We damn sure don't want to kill a baby in a Walmart parking lot. That's don't nobody want to see that. But that's a teachable moment where you can say, you know what? We're on the scene. She stole $15, $20 worth of Pampers for a kid. Let's fucking talk to this lady. We all got $5. We paid for the Pampers. Be on your way. Don't do it again. Because obviously she needed it.
The cop is on administrative leave, whatever the hell that means.
That's police.
This is one of those things where Colin Kaepernick, this is why he was kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
This is why he was kneeling. They were, I don't necessarily want to say rioting, but people were outside of the Walmart. It was some stuff going on. I think they may have been not looting, but they were protesting. They were outside of Walmart, making a big deal. People were out there in the community, and this is one of them situations where y'all like, come on. Even if the baby wasn't in the car, why was a gun pulled for a case of Pampers? I don't care if she stole a refrigerator, and was carrying it on her back. Nobody needs to be shot for stealing anything from Walmart.
Yeah. And let alone a baby. You go home and your wife say, how was work? You could say, y'all killed the baby. And give a reason why, with the justification for why a 1-year-old ended up dead over a call for stolen Pampers.
Now she got the Pampers, can't even put them on her baby.
First time I was hearing about this story, I thought you was about to say they thought the 1-year-old stole the Pampers and they shot him. Because Mississippi is behind.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit backed up.
Thank you for adding some levity, because I was really feeling heated.
I know, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I thought you was like a 1-year-old got shot. I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, did they think he stole the Pampers? He's a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Last grand.
Condolences to that family. I can't imagine the pain that the mother is feeling. Money doesn't replace anything, but that Walmart, that town, everything owes her everything.
Yeah, Walmart,
everything,
and they got it. Y'all paid Tracy Morgan $200 million. Y'all gonna be paying this lady the same thing. Y'all done, and y'all took his friend. He was a grown man. This is a goddamn baby.
Last grand. There is a new. I'm saying new because it looks kind of old. A flip phone that is being put out on the market. It's called the Commander something. It costs $499.
$500.
But it's, save that dollar. But this phone will block all social media for people who want to disconnect. It will have texting options, calling, of course, WhatsApp on it. You can Google, Uber. You'll be able to play music.
Camera and maps.
It will have a camera, Google Maps if you need to get directions and stuff. Internet, but it will, because technically you can use social media without going to the app. You can just go to the website, but it's all going to be blocked. So there will be no access to social media on this phone. How do you think it's for people who want to disconnect, and maybe they feel like someone who doesn't have the self-control to just not go to it if your phone has access. So now if you have a phone that doesn't have access, then it kind of, limits your option.
It's like giving somebody weak crack. Like, it's still the drug. You're still there. You still have internet.
But it's going to be blocked.
Okay,
it says it will block all
social
media.
What if because of social media I have a porn addiction? I still can go to the internet and jerk off.
Well, it didn't say it's going to block, porn or anything like that. It's just going to block social media. I guess for people who are on
still they joy
Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and Twitter all day long.
Getting mental health getting fucked up behind it. I get what you're saying.
There are some people who...
But again, if you still have your phone that fucked you up, and you go buy this phone, and you looking at it, and it don't got the things on it that you want, you still got them urges, you gonna go to your own phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say the level of discipline you would have, you would have to get rid of any other devices.
Yeah, and if you don't have the discipline to not just go on Instagram, or even if you don't have that discipline to say, hey, I'm not going on it for a week, delete it from your phone. Delete the app. You can download it again. If the cloud be there, it'll come right back up. You can log right back in. Delete it from your phone.
But again, if you don't have the discipline, if you say for a week, that might last for an hour.
That's sad. Or
if you promise yourself 7 days,
let's just say
it might last for a day. But I mean, again, some people, and I seen something one time. Somebody, it kind of.
I don't ever want to get that to that.
It kind of bothered me that somebody said this, because I just felt like if this is what people need to do, it said something to the effect if you think if you have to deactivate your social media to stop you from using it so much, then you're weak. Just don't open the app. And it's nah, maybe some people have to take that step. If you feel okay, I'm going to deactivate my page, that way I won't open it or log in because my page isn't there, then do what you need to do if you feel that that's helpful for you.
I disagree. I think he's right. I think if you can't do that, you can't not say the person is not weak. We're talking about an app here. We're not talking about something like a drug or some shit. I know people look at it like that, but we're talking about a phone. In comparison, yeah, you're a little bit weak. You're weak-minded if you can't get off that shit, if it's fucking you up. If you're going on it every time and having a bad experience, or it's making you feel depressed and shit, and you can't stop that shit, it's weakening your thought process. It's weakening your mind. That's not saying nothing bad about you. It's saying you're at a state where you might need some help.
No, but what they were
you're
saying,
not strong at all.
What they're saying is deactivating your account is weak. You should just be stronger. You should just not. You shouldn't have to deactivate your account to stop using it. You should just
like I would think of
stop
myself. Like if I don't want to go on Instagram, I don't have to go on Instagram. I don't have to delete it off my phone for me to not go on. I have that discipline in me to do so if I want to. You're saying most people don't.
I think if it's there, people are going to open it. So people feel like, okay, I'm going to take a hard stand and either deactivate my page or delete it. I don't know. I just felt like, I don't think that makes you weak. You're doing whatever helps you. That's like saying, okay, if you're an alcoholic, pouring out all your liquor is weak. Just don't drink it. If you get rid of it.
Say that though. Some people, and we just saw that on Rescue Me, how the cousin was like that. Just don't fucking drink. Like, just stop. Like, just don't fucking think about all the bad shit that happened to you and just don't fucking drink. So some people have that, like you would say about me, that tough love approach, which probably isn't feasible for everybody, but that's some people do think
I get
that
it.
way.
I mean, I feel like whatever helps you, helps you. I mean, some people, and I don't even think that necessarily, because there have been studies that show it's not always because of a negative experience on social media. Sometimes people have positive experiences, which is what causes them to keep going, but it's the distraction from real life that it causes. But there's been studies that show that there is a I always get confused. I was just telling you this the other day between like dopamine. There's a dopamine rush. This sounds crazy. There's a dopamine rush that people get like when they open social media and like see the whatever, I can't even think, whatever icon it is to show that you have notifications, to show that like, oh, this many people have liked my whatever, my picture,
a little joke.
Yeah. So, and again, that's not necessarily like you're having a depressing moment, but you start to rely on that dopamine rush. And now, if outside of social media, you are also finding or getting those joys and excitement from other real life tangible things, then I think that's where the problem is. That's where you need to separate. Like, is there a loved one? Is there...
And for the people who are deadened by it, like who look at that stuff and compare what they see, that like you always say, social media is just a snapshot. So if you see the this person is this vacation, this person has this bag, this person has bought this person has this car, and you start to lose what you have in your own life, and you start to compare and realize, damn, I should be having that, or I want that. And the things that you do have, you ain't in the moment, you ain't appreciating what you do have, and you lose yourself. You
Comparison
start to get depressed.
Is the thief of joy.
Yeah, you start to get depressed because you think, I'm supposed to have that. But you can have a great life, but you just not feeling it because I'm looking at this shit every day. And this person that I follow is in Turks and Caicos twice a month. Like, why I'm not there twice a month? And it's like, no, stop for a minute with that shit. Look at your own life and appreciate that.
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah. Act 2 the podcast, episode 281. It's a wrap. Your boy, International Walk.
Your girl Tasha goes with the most.
Y'all should know by now. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.